Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another recording for the Soul Sisters Tarot.
And it's April. Can you believe it? I mean, like, wow.
I know it's just amazing how time is just speeding up. It's going so
Yeah.
fast.
So, a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on right now. I mean, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper to see what this month looks like. And it's also Easter week, right? We're going into Easter this weekend. So,
Yes.
we'll say for those who celebrate, Happy Easter early on. And yeah, so take it away, Q. Share what we're going to dive into today.
Yeah. So what we really want to look at is this is indictment. Well, day, we can say that, or close to indictment day. And we want to look at the energies around that. So we want to look at the collective during this month of April, during this indictment month, and of course is Easter. But we do want to take a look at that, and let's just kind of see the energies surrounding that. And then once we do that, let's go into looking at um, the inner us. So let's look at it on an individual level. So we can do like another collective reading, but for more on the individual as well as Trump. And then from there, we can move on to some other things we like to look at for April.
Perfect. All right, sounds good. So are we just going to set the tone right now? The one card for April we're
Yes.
looking at? Okay.
Yeah. And I've got the perfect oracle I want to use, which is the sign of the times. So I definitely want to take a look at that and see what's going on for this month of April as it relates to Trump and the energy surrounding that. Since this is historical, this is monumental, and
Mhm.
there's so much more to come, as we all know. This is just the beginning.
Oh, I pulled a really interesting card.
Cool. Did you want to go first?
Sure. Of course, I don't have my glasses, so I can read
Okay. Well, I
this.
I can
But
go first if you want to go get your glasses. If you want to do that.
no, it's fine. I'll just do my little
Okay.
squinty thing that I usually end up doing.
Okay.
So I got drought.
Ooh.
Yes. And it says the drought card in a reading may indicate feelings of hopelessness, desperation, and victimhood.
Oh,
Hardship after hardship can cloud judgment and trick you into believing support is not available to you or that you are on the wrong path. You feel like the rain will never fall again and the parched earth beneath your feet will turn to dust. The more you see through before you bleh, the more you see through this lens, the deeper the feelings of helplessness may seep until you are so immersed in despair that it seems all is lost. So I'm going to leave it right there just for that little tidbit there. So that has a
wow.
lot to say, not only around this whole indictment, but also around us as a whole, as a collective, that feeling of hopelessness. So it'll be interesting to see what we come up with around this indictment to see what
Yeah.
kind of hopelessness we're feeling into. But
Right. Right. Wow.
yeah.
That's so on point. And the card that I chosen is very similar. So you guys can see I have chosen here mountains, the obstacles, going straight to a roadblock. That's what it looks like, and there's
Mhm.
there's when I look at the ice on the mountain, you can see the mountains are covered in a lot of ice. It's to me that stillness, that's like block, like no, right? So mountains are always obstacles. So let's take a look and I'll read this. It says mountains can be intimidating and overwhelming. When you encounter obstacles in your life, you probably wonder, how do I move forward? Or what do I do now? Which are valid questions and concerns, especially in the face of a mountain in your path. Right there. Indictment. But all hope is not lost. Encountering obstacles along your path is not always a sign to give up. Sometimes it is an opportunity to get creative and take an alternative route. The best way to move forward is whatever way works for you, including going around it, climbing over it, or going through it. It's not always the day to tackle the challenge of climbing to the top of that issue. And sometimes you will learn more taking the long way around anything. take different approaches to overcome the issues that stand between you and your goal. There may be some delays and detours, but with determination and perseverance, you can turn an obstacle into an opportunity and an inspirational story to tell at the end of the journey. And this is all about difficulties in your life, trying to solve the problem, seeing a new way. But the thing about this, though, is we already know his personality. We already know he's not going to try to find the high road. We know he's going to do everything he can and throw everything that's negative on the darker side or the shadow side to try to find his way out. He's not going to surrender easily. So we know that that's where he's at. And as far as if we look at this on our personal journeys and this month, if you feel like people are in that a roadblock or they're facing that great mountain in their lives, well, they can and do have an opportunity to turn that around by what they do, Yeah. So that's how I saw that. But yeah, this is all about challenges.
All definitely. Right. Well.
And you know what, too? I forgot. I believe it's April 21st is Mercury retrograde. In addition to all of this stuff, we're about to go into a retrograde with Mercury. So we all know, but that's in itself a challenge. It's going back, a redo. When I think of Mercury retrograde, Mercury is all about the planet of communication in astrology. So usually miscommunication is highly affected. Travel is affected by a lot of delays and different things like that. So guys, it's going to be one of those bumpy road months for the collective. And we know for Trump, and this could be, he's going to finally see his due deserts. He needs to, because he's always been able to escape, but not this time. Not this time. It's, yeah.
Well, let's dive into that a little bit. Like, what are we looking at? The energies around the indictment?
Yeah, let's look at that. But you know what? There's some more things coming also up in this month. The his rape charge with or defamatory remarks that he made against E. Jean Carroll. So she actually has two lawsuits. So one is for the rape and one is for him defaming her when he was president. Those actually also kick off in April. So, yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so I'm taking a look at the energies.
So we can, I want to take a look and like kind of get the energies of what he's feeling, what to expect, anything that Spirit wants to let us know.
Okay.
Surrounding that. Wow.
Oh, jeez. Okay, cards.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go since I have these. So this is interesting because I see for the collective for us in terms of his indictment and all of that stuff going on. This is for me, you can see party time, celebration, whoop, whoop. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of celebration for those that have been waiting for a very long time, just to see accountability. No one is saying lock him up if he's not guilty. It's not about that. It's just about the accountability that no one is above the law. It doesn't matter how much money you make, your color, your sex, any of that. It's all about accountability. So There will be, you know, collective celebration. This is coming in very fast. So I've got fast tears coming in fast, but this is what's interesting. Now, he's going to be a free bird. See, if it came out this way, I would have thought, okay, that's him being locked up, but I don't think he's going to get locked up. I think he's going to be free. I feel like he's going to be held accountable. All of these charges, all these things are coming to him. Yes. But it is a new direction. So we're going in a new direction that's coming in quick for him. And this is funny because this card would indicate the present, but I'm getting it's upside down. So for me, I feel like this is not only the present, but it's a new direction that is going to expand further out. Right. And then I got the stop sign, but it's on to what's on top is the obstacle again. It's being stopped. Right. So all of these new energies are coming in fast and furious. And so even though I don't see him in jail, I see that he will be out of jail. But he still will be held accountable. And at the bottom of the deck, I got what to believe. So the media is going to have a frenzy, you guys. So please stay focused. Try not to get caught up in all of that media, because you're going to have, you know, one side is going to say, oh, he's innocent. Oh, it's a political hack thing. And then you're going to have the truth out there, right? And then you're going to have people that are giving their opinion. So understand when someone's giving them their opinion, which means nothing, actually. It's just their opinion, and what is truth. So that's going to be a little muddled. And I think that's why Spirit letting us know what to expect. But for him, oh my God. And I got the card. This is all about guilt and suffering. It's the cross. Guilt, suffering, karma coming back his way. So it's not good for him. And I got another 5, which is conflict, and it's getting closer for him. It's surrounding him. So that's what I'm getting. It's pretty much of what we've said, but I can keep pulling more and more cards, and they're all going to say the same thing of what we just said. So I'm going to pass it on to you.
Okay. So, you know, collectively, you know, I pulled the moon. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of illusions, some stuff probably still hidden that hasn't come to the light yet. He's very much going to be in his motions. But I do give, like, this is a gift that's coming for everyone, you know, because as you have said, he needs to be held for his accountable for his actions. I also get mother, which I find really interesting. And for me, this is just, it feels more of the, it feels very healing, you know, with this mother card that's coming in here. And like, this is a gift of a time of healing, of, you know, it's very much that feminine energy that's coming in as well with all of this. So, being held, you know, accountable, like, right, when we're kids, who do we have to be held accountable, right? It's like usually mom, that's the one that's like,
yeah, usually. Yeah.
I also got the Ace of Pentacles. You know, this is for some of us a gift, you know, along with gratitude with it, and I got a flower with it as well. But there's going to be, again, a lot of emotions that are around here. It seems like I got a lot of more of the feelings with this. So I got here the Queen of Swords. You know, I feel this is more of his energy, doesn't like to show weakness, you know, so this is him. I got the Freebird card, which is also can be, you know, again, healer kind of stands out here. So that the healing that has to come to this stuff that's going on, and there's going to be tears, you know, there's a lot of mixed emotions. So some people aren't going to be happy that, you know, you got that he wasn't going to be in jail. So some people are going to be, you know, crying because he's not going to be behind bars. Some people are going to be crying that he's being held accountable. Like, there's just going to be a lot of emotions around all of this. So that's what came up for me.
And you know what? I want to pull a card. I'm going to use this to say, like, with all of this crazy month of April, so much. Oh, and it's also an eclipse also coming this month. I believe
a lot going on.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's a solar or lunar eclipse, but an eclipse is also coming. So there's so much going on in this month. So what I want to do is I want to pull a card, like an oracle card or whatever. Just pull a card to see for the collective what should our focus be, knowing that it's going to be, a interesting, emotional month. So many energies going on, so many things going on. So I'm going to pull from, this is the, if I can get it out for you guys. This is my, if you guys can see that, angel wisdom. So I'm going to pull a card from that, and then I'm going to read that and see what is it that we need to know to calm ourselves down while we're going through this month of April with so many things going on. What do we need
from my shamanic healing cards?
Okay, awesome. Okay. So the first card that I pulled is the Chariot. And it's so funny because when you look at the Chariot is about success. It's also about overcoming obstacles, but it's also about opposites. Because you can see there's the white horse and the black horse. So there is still that duality, right? That we'll have to contend with. But the message talks about rewards that comes from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, and public recognition. So what I would say as this relates to where you need to be, it's all about balance, a balancing act. I think we can overcome those challenges that we may face in this month if we stay focused and if we stay balanced. Try not to get too emotional because we know there's a lot that's going to be happening, but try not to be too analytical either. And in your head, find that happy medium or that balance. And I think that's where the success is, to overcome all of the, yuck. And see, the Chariot is like flying in the air. So we want to overcome any of those things that we feel are challenging for us this month by trying to stay focused and trying to stay balanced. I think that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what'd you get?
I actually had two cards fell out, and they're very appropriate. So the first one I got was forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
So, and the thing with forgiveness, and this goes into the book, talks more about forgiving of yourself, which yes, as well. But I think there's like a lot of forgiveness that needs to take place, even for those that we don't care to forgive or not want to. This is a really powerful lesson for us in these times in dealing with people. And I'm speaking of Trump specifically. It's about forgiving. And that might be a really difficult pill for some people to swallow. But I like what you had said once, EQ, about if you can't do it directly for that person, then work with their higher team, their spirit team, and start there and working there. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Some of us have made really bad choices. Some of us are not kind and have done some really horrible things. But when you bring in that forgiveness, it is so powerful. And this is one of the things that are going to help us to heal as a nation, as well as we bring in forgiveness into these scenarios. So just keep that in mind and start working on that. But the other thing, which I love, is divine timing.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to read this last little part because it's so important. It says, divine timing is at work in this situation. Try not to fight it. Instead, go within during meditation and ask the questions you want answers to. Why not now? How can I prepare myself? What lessons do I need to learn prior to the change I want to see? And you will get your answers.
Love it.
So that's really important because there may be things that take place that this month that it may frustrate us. We might be like, well, why isn't he going to jail? And why isn't this happening? And this should be happening. Just trust in the process,
Yeah.
in the divine timing. So bringing yourself back to self, because we can get out of ourselves. And as you mentioned, with the whole TV and all this stuff going on, it's going to be a lot of energy that's going to be
Oh, yeah.
happening this month on so many different levels. So really just kind of learn to work with the energy, bring it down so that you're not out here and feeling it. And focus on with the healing of forgiveness and trusting in the divine timing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow, that was great.
I know that when they fell out together, I was like, oh wow, how appropriate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spirit.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's see. What else do we want to read on?
We can take a look at what are some of the things that I don't know. Let's look at another deck. We can pull some other things just to see what it has to say about the energies for this month.
Sure. Let's do that. I'm gonna look at the Everyday Tarot.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, well, no, do it. Get yours out. Let's do that. Yeah, let's look at that. So actually, you know what? I think that's really good. I'm gonna look at again Trump's energy with this deck, and then I'm gonna look at our energies.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. You know what? I want to look at Trump's energy, but I also want to look at Alvin Bragg's, the DA's energy.
Okay.
I want to see what's going on with that and what's around him. The DA and I'm going to include with the DA. I'm going to include the jury as well as the judge, like that side of it.
So let's start with Trump.
Yes.
These cards are so hard to shuffle.
I know they are. I know.
That's why I don't pull them out too often.
Yeah. But I love them though. I love them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at Trump's energy for April as it relates to the DA's office in New York. All right, I'm going to pull 3 cards on this one and see what we get.
Okay.
Wow, Spirit is amazing. I'm going to have to pull more though, because I'm going to have to pull more. When I show you this. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'll go while you're still looking at that. So this is amazing, you guys. All right. So again, we're talking about Trump's energy as it relates to New York and the DA's office. And guess what? It's time to pay up. I got justice. Look, arguing back and forth, right? But it's time.
Love that.
And then I've got, the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is always about a meeting, but I'm going to look at this as them all coming together because he's in New York now. So they will be coming together, a meeting of the minds, the attorneys, everybody will be in the same location. And it's interesting as it relates to what? The lovers. Look in the back about this is all about the hush money, but it's not just because I have the 2 here. It's not just about what's her name, Stormy Daniels. We always forget about the other one, Karen McDougal, who was a playmate. She had the affair first. I think she had the affair first, and she got 150,000. Stormy Daniels got 130. So it's going to pull her into it as well. These 2 lovers. Okay. Now I got for Trump, okay, it's upside down. He's not going to be a winner. This is all about winning. It's upside down.
Well, that's interesting. I got it in the right position.
Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, he's definitely not going to win. Um, and what I got from that too, the last card that I had pulled is the 6 of coins. So it's like it's time to pay up.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the money, the hands are out. So it's time for him to pay it. But this is interesting because this is around Christmas time. So something else I feel like also is going to be happening around Christmas time. This is going to take time, guys. I got 2 6s. So this could take 6 months, or longer. Could be 12 months or 6 months to actually gain more and more traction. So it's not like it's going to end tomorrow. No, tomorrow is just the beginning. There's,
Mm-hmm.
so much to this. And when I look at the base of the deck, this is him. This is the 4 of blades. He's going to feel alone. He's going to feel like he can't move. Yeah. In the traditional tarot deck, the 4 of blades, it's actually almost a sickness, being sick. It's actually like the man with the knives, the swords. 3 are hanging, I think, below him, and one is right, or 3 are hanging on his back. It's almost like laying on swords, But anyways, it's about illness. So I do feel like there's going to be some illness around him during this process. He's not going to go. He's not going to fare well. And this is funny because remember I said around Christmas time I'm getting fall as well. So you can see fall. So things are really going to start to speed up for the fall, and as well as you see the Christmas time. So I think we're going to see a lot of activity around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there's a new beginning. There will be a winner, but it will not be him. There will be a group of them. And I feel like there's 3. And right now I know there's 3 big cases going on. And it looks like all of them will win their cases. And that's the 3 big ones now is this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta with Fannie Willis and Jack Smith. Those are the 3 big ones. There's others too, but this shows me the success of the 3 big ones. And you can see there's actually 2 more people in this. So there's others. That's why I mentioned there are others.
And can we get in on this?
Huh? Oh no,
can we get in on this? We need.
Yeah, no. This is going to be. I feel like Carol, her case. And there's some others that are still out there. So there's not just them, guys. It's going to be a lot more people, but they all will win their cases. They have the trophy on their sides.
Awesome.
So that's what I have.
All right. Well, I think what's interesting is that I pulled a 6, but I also got 2 5s. So that can be 10, 10 from 10 months. You were referring to the 12 or the 6 as well. But with the 6 of Wands here, the way that it feels with this reading is that, this has been a race. It's been a race. And we're waiting to see what who the winner is going to be, who's going to be the result, how is it going to play out. But he's alone, like you had as well.
Oh, wow.
I got the Hermit. So he's feeling very alone. The Chariot, there's a lot coming in.
Wow, I had the Chariot too.
Yeah, we got the Chariot. Yeah. And then we got the 5 of Cups. So he's definitely, look at that, grieving, little loss.
Big time.
Big time. And like you said, he has to pay up. Here's the 5 of coins.
Wow.
And then look at those that are really sad in the back. They're feeling left out, So he's definitely going to have to pay up. So.
Yeah. Wow. Let's look at the DA. Let's look at the energies around the DA or the judge and the jury. See what's going on with their energies. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull like 2 cards for each.
For the DA,
the jury, and the judge.
And the judge. Okay.
Yeah. Because they're being impacted and Yeah, Trump's already gone after the DA's wife and the judge, and yeah. So let's just see what's going on with them. Okay. I'm going to start out with the jury. Very interesting. And then I'm going to do Bragg's next. Okay. And then the judge. I might have to pull 3 because, girl, this is a trip. I can't wait to see what you get because it's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, I may have to do 3.
Okay, well, I'm on the judge, and I had the DA. I pulled 2. Those were fine. The judge, I had to pull a couple more. Jury. Actually, I'm going to use.
Okay. Wow. Okay. One more just for this jury because this is very interesting. Got it. I got it. Okay. All right. So for the jury, this is very interesting, you guys. So I got the death card, but I got it in reverse. So as we know, if it's like this, it's all about transformation, right? It's about change. But what I got for them is no change. So I think that they have been waiting a while for this. You know what I mean? And I think that it's kind of, I feel like they were at a standstill too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like not knowing which direction. So I feel like that change that they have been waiting for a while, that change to come. But as they start going through this process, girl, look at this. This is what they're going to feel like. Oh, holy crap. They're going to be stressed, guys. I'm sorry. They're going to be listening to, this is the 10 of Wands. They're going to be listening to a lot of stuff. Their brains are going to be in overload. They're going to be stressed. And it's funny because look at the time. It's 10 o'clock. And I think, isn't he supposed to be there at 10? Is it 10, 2? No, I think it's 2. I think it's 2 o'clock. Anyways, this is how they're going to be feeling. And it's funny because isn't it like New York in the back?
It does look like
yeah. So they're going to be calculating, they're going to feel, they don't have the communication. They can't just pick up the phone and call and say, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No. So that's why I've got the death card upside, no change. They can't move forward. They have to contend with all of this crazy stuff. And some of them are going to be just scared for some of them. However, that's why I said, I need to pull one more. So the card that I pulled for them, though, is they're going to get it right. They're going to come together. There is that 6 of Wands again, but this time it's not in reverse. This is the victory card. They're going to do the right thing, and they're going to find that right movement and move forward. And that's why I think he's going. His goose is cooked. That's how I feel from the jury. Because they are going to endure a lot. Now, the Braggs, this is so interesting for him. He's got the 2 of Cups. He's ready to go. He's like, yes, come on, let's do this. Let your team go and let me go. So this is, I feel like the defense and the prosecutors, they're ready. Okay. And then he's going to serve them up. I've got the 2. This is the another 2 of coins. They're ready for them. They have prepared their case. That's what that's all about. He's happy. You know, he's like, yes, let's get this ball rolling. So he's feeling good. He's ready. The judge, that one was interesting.
Mm.
So what I got, the first one I got was 6 of Blades. So this is like 6 of Swords, moving to calmer waters. Okay. And you can see things were cold, you know, so, but the sun is coming out. The birds are out. That's communication with the birds. So I feel like, because this isn't, my understanding is this judge has actually been on other cases that did involve Trump to some degree and other things in the past. So he's familiar with what's going on, right? So I feel like he's also ready to get things started. That's why you can see the sun. The sun is all about exposure, things being, talked about, because you got the birds there. So he's ready. And then I've got the 3 of Coins. This is all about building the case, listening to the attorneys do what they need to do. So this is all about building as a group. So he's ready for the case to get going. And then I thought this was interesting. I got the Page of Cups. So this is all about remembering the past, things with the past. But this is such a loving card. Look at love you. You know, you've got the kids on there. You've got the animal. You know, it's really a positive card. So I kind of feel like he's going to be honest. You know, like you think of children and their innocence, right? And then also out of the, what do they call it? Out of the mouth of babes, you get the truth, because they don't have a filter sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like that's what that's all about, right? And then at the end of it, he is not having it. He's going to be as fair as he can, but he's like 2 of Blades, not having it. Final notice. Look, stop talking, right? He's going to come off as, okay, balanced and fair, but then he's going to have to put his foot down. I've had enough. I don't want to hear anymore. So he's going to be trying to make sure everything is on the up and up, making sure everything is done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I feel like, ooh, and there's a fly here. So he's going to be bothered. He's just like, okay, I've had enough of this with you guys. Look at the arguing and the bickering and all of that stuff. No, he's not having it. He's going to give them a final notice. So I do believe that he may put in a gag order of some sort, something to stop all of the crazy stuff that's going around him. He's going to stop it. So that's what I got. And then at the overall energies, I just pulled like underneath the deck. And this is the Ace of Wands, but which is about creativity, new beginnings, new action, but it's upside down, because this is not a new action. Cohen went to jail for this for a year. This has been going on for what, since 2016, 2017? That's why I keep getting nothing. It's not new.
Yeah.
It's finally time. So that's what I got from it.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. What'd you get?
All right. So for the jury, I got the Page of Voices, and I just love this because look at the glasses. Like they're really going to be closely examining the information that's being presented. And it, if you like see the people around there, it just feels like, are these women? Oh, these are women. So talking about the women. So they have to really examine that. I also got the Justice card, which is awesome. And I got the 2 of Voices, which is the 2 of Swords. So, the decision that needs to be made. Mm-hmm. I got the Strength card, because they're really going to have to work on that inner, the strength. And it's going to be a lot. That card with the woman pulling her hair, like it's going to be a lot. So there's going to be a lot of strength. But then I also got the Death card. Ooh, yeah. So interesting. And it's interesting because look at the moth that's over the mouth, right? It's like that the hush money, right? That was yeah. So that was for the jury. For the judge, I got the 2 of Pentacles, which makes sense, right? And you see how the scales are balanced. So they're looking at creating, bringing back that balance to all of this. The 4 of Pentacles, I feel like there's going to still probably be some stuff that's withheld Kind of like we're taking me back to the moon card, the illusion card, when I
Yeah.
said like some stuff that may still be hidden that hasn't quite come out just yet.
Yeah.
I also got the death card with the judge as well.
Ooh.
Like I couldn't stop pulling cards, and I got the lovers. So we're talking about the lovers, and then this is the best one, the 9 of Wands. So yeah,
Wow, that's for the judge.
That's for the judge.
Yeah.
9 of Wands. So, but I feel that this is what the judge will be saying and inflicting. Talking about like, yeah, with the death card, bringing things to an ending. And then with the DA, I had started out with them. I just got the 2 cards. I have the Ace of Wands, or excuse me, the Ace of Cups with the trophy there. So, and also the Strength card.
Yep. So I think he's very well prepared. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look at the bottom of the card here. I got the 9 of Cups. Look at the celebration there.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
So it'll be interesting. It'll be.
It is very interesting.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed this. That was really cool to just dive a little bit deeper to see what the energies are. So just make sure you take care of yourself. There's going to be a lot going on this month, and it's going to be very important to take breaks. Don't be glued to the media too tight, and just take those minutes.
And social media. Stay off the Facebook and the Twitter. And, when you start to feel overwhelmed.
Exactly.
It's time to find that balance. What we talked about earlier, find that balance, Yeah.
And get out and do something. Celebrate spring this weekend, celebrate Easter, Good Friday, Passover. Or when is Passover?
Isn't it this Friday? Is it this Friday? Isn't that Good Friday?
Yeah, Good Friday. Well,
I'm not sure.
For those that do celebrate, enjoy, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Bye, guys.